Hello world, Shelly here, and I am back. I've been away for a couple of weeks moving. I am almost done moving. I've got some of my stuff settled here. I've still got maybe 3 boxes of makeup to unpack, but I wanted to get back in front of the camera with you guys because I miss hanging out in the comments with you. So I just want to do a little get ready with me today. Please bear with me as I kind of figure out the lighting in this room. I think it's probably a little more echoey than my previous room. I will work on all of that. Please bear with me. I appreciate your patience and I'm so glad you are here for what is pretty much going to be a hot mess of a return video because I haven't done my skincare in 2 weeks because it's still in boxes. I can't find my Clarisonic, so that is bad. My skin is... but we are going to look at some new to me products today. I got a couple things from Octoly in PR. So these are Avon products, part of the True Color line. I've got 2 shades of the True Color Illuminating Sticks, and I've got this in Champagne and in Rose Gold. And they also sent me compliments of Avon for all 3 of these products. The Sun-Kissed shade of the True Color Dazzle drops, which can be used either directly as a highlighting drop or as a mix-in to your moisturizer or to your foundation. So all 3 of these were sent to me compliments of Avon. Thank you very much, Avon. And I have another Avon product that I'm going to try, which I purchased myself. It is the Avon True Color Flawless Liquid Foundation. I've got this in the shade, it has to do with ivory. Yes, light ivory. And I'm not going to do a formal foundation review of this right now, but I will check back tonight so you guys can kind of see how it wore throughout the day. I have a couple other new things that I've been playing around with that I will use in today's video, so that is the plan. I've already primed with the CoverGirl True Blend Base Business Everyday Defense. This is an Cat just closed the door. This is an SPF 20 primer. I'm going to caution you never to use makeup as your primary sunscreen. Always put sunscreen on underneath your makeup, even if it's got SPF in it. You're highly unlikely to apply enough product using makeup products to get the stated level of SPF in the product. That said, this feels really nice on the skin. It is a cream type formula as opposed to that sort of silicone-y, plasticky feeling formula. So it synced in really nicely, but I feel like I've got a nice sort of just that light bit of tackiness that holds foundation really well. I like that. CoverGirl, man, knocking it out of the park. Ever since they went to the whole cruelty-free, new branding, I have not found a dud yet. I'm very happy with CoverGirl. They might be my new favorite drugstore brand, possibly. So let me figure out how I want to use these Dazzle drops here. I'm either going to put it on underneath my makeup or with let's mix it in to the foundation. Let's just do that. I feel like a chemist today. So I was on the Avon website and they recommend doing a 1-to-1 ratio for a sort of luminous glow, not an over-the-top sheen, but a luminous glow. So 1 drop of Dazzle drops to 1 pump of foundation. Of course, that's going to vary depending on how much foundation comes out when you pump your foundation out. But here is the packaging. We do have a dropper style. It's got the little button in the top of the product here. So I'm going to put 1 drop of that on my palette. So here's 1 drop of the Dazzle. Now I'm going to do, I usually do, let's do 1 pump of foundation. I'm not going for super full face today. We have a glass bottle with a plastic pump, which is very nice. Thank you, Avon. Oh, I better turn it so it's open. Maybe I spoke too soon. I can't get anything to come out of this pump. I've been pumping this for minutes. I've edited out. My finger is killing me right now. This pump is not working. That's a bummer. So I'm just going to take this out and try and... It doesn't seem like it's blocked. It just seems like it's a very thick product. That's a bummer. This foundation retails for $12. A friend of mine sells Avon, and that is where I purchased it. All right, we're gonna try mixing this together. Mix it up. This definitely has some scent to it. It smells like clean, kind of like, I don't want to say cleanser because that sounds bad, but it smells like, you know, your nice facial products in the morning. I don't like fragrance in my makeup very much, though. So if you've missed my excitement of late, I have moved. I am in a house now where a deer just ran by my window a little while ago, and I'm still in the process of finishing moving. I haven't gotten all of my stuff out of the apartment yet, but I've got a good amount of it here. I'm still trying to move some of my clothing. I have not finished that yet, but it has been a long few months, many delays in the process, but everything worked out, and here we are, and I'm very happy. I will be even more happy once I finish moving all of my stuff out of the apartment. And so I moved the cats this past weekend, so they've been here about 5 days now, and they're settling in better than I expected, quite honestly. A couple of them, Polly and Merlin, were basically out and about the day after we moved. And Ziva was the last to come out. She's the one that's usually in the background of my videos. And she was actually a little bit more afraid than the other guys. Daffy came out a couple days after we got here. And now they're pretty well. Ziva is in the background of my videos. Her head is just cut off, that's all. Ziva, move over. Nobody can see you. So everybody is pretty well wandering freely, and they seem to be enjoying the new place. So that has gone very well. The fragrance in this foundation is pretty strong. I just smelled the Dazzle drops, and it's the foundation. The Dazzle drops don't have a discernible scent to them. Now, I can kind of tell where the Dazzle drops were more concentrated. It's a very pretty sheen. It is a little bit glittery, so if you're not a fan of the glittery style of highlight, you might not like this. I don't mind glitter. That's an understatement. I love glitter, so I have no problem with products that have glitter, but just be aware that that is what this is. I think it's doing what it said it would do. It's a nice subtle sort of glow to the entire face because I mixed it with the foundation. The foundation itself is clinging to some dry skin that I've got on my cheek over here. The only thing I've done with my skincare in the past 2 weeks is moisturizer. I need exfoliation so bad. That's next on my list, is to unpack all the skincare and try to find a way to organize it. I went from 2 bathrooms to 1 bathroom, and I'm sort of downsizing, and I didn't think it would be that complicated, but it is. But I like the color match on this foundation. I think it's a nice natural sort of finish. It's a skin-like kind of a finish. I'd call it like a satin finish, maybe a little bit more satin because of I really like the highlight here. Look how pretty I'm liking these Dazzle drops. I think this is very pretty. They say that you can also mix these in with body lotion if you wanted an all-over kind of a glow, and we're getting into that time of the year, folks, which makes me very happy. So, thumbs up on the Dazzle drops. We will see how this foundation goes. Oh, my Charlotte Tilbury Magic Away Concealer is almost, you can't even see it. It's almost empty. This thing is such a disgusting mess right now. It is almost gone. I have already purchased my backup. Hooray! Now, I have been actually skipping concealer lately on accident because I'm going to have a video coming soon on an update with my Science Serum Bright and Tight, but doggone, that stuff is totally rocking away my under eye circles to the point where I've been forgetting to put concealer on. Now, I haven't slept much in the past 2 weeks, so I'm going to go concealer even if I might not need it. I feel like I always need concealer, but The dark circles are really much improved. The only thing is I don't take the Bright and Tight up into this area of my eyes, and that seems to be where now the worst of my dark circles are. So I might have to find a way to resolve that issue. I don't feel like I need to set this. It's setting itself down pretty well. I may use some setting spray because I have a new one that I've been thoroughly enjoying. But let's do bronzer. I'm going to go with my True Match Lumi Bronze It. You can finally buy this at Ulta. That makes me happy. But I'm pretty pale still this winter, so pretty pale. I haven't seen the sun yet at all. So I'm as pale as I am, as I ever am. But I like the True Match Lumi. It's got, you know, you don't notice that it's luminous unless you try to like put it in the crease of your eyes, and then you're like, ooh, there is a sheen there. But on the face, it doesn't come off having a super glowy sheen to it. It just looks really natural, and that is why I like it. Because I use it to kind of, I do the bronze tour thing, you know, I kind of use it as my contour as well as bronzer, so I don't really want it to be a sheen because your contour is supposed to be sort of a shadow, darkness. You don't want to draw light to it with any kind of a sheen, but this is such a pretty, favorite drugstore bronzer right there. New favorite blush, you guys have heard me say this about 50,000 times, the new e.l.f. Primer Infused Blush in Always Rosy. I am so in love with this stuff. It is so, so pretty. How do you talk with your face smiling like this? I look ridiculous. It's okay. It feels so good to put makeup on, you guys. I can't even tell you right now. Oh, it's been a while. It's been a couple weeks. I've been wearing nothing but mascara because that's all I could find. It took really more like 5 carloads to get all of my makeup here and moved. I moved my makeup myself. The only thing I could not move myself was the Alex drawers behind me, and of course there are now scuffs on them from the movers, which is why I moved my whole vanity and all of my makeup myself, because I just don't trust anybody with my makeup. And the movers did a fantastic job. I'm not complaining, but it's impossible for nothing to end up getting marred or, you know. All right, let's take a look at these Avon Illuminating sticks. So here is, I want to swatch these first on my hand. This is Rose Gold, and this is Champagne. These have a really creamy texture. They're supposed to be a cream to powder, and very creamy. I'm going to try and sort of blend this out a little bit and see what it does. That's really pretty. It's a little too dark for my complexion, I think. I think the Champagne is probably going to be more my jam. These are really pretty. Yeah, I'm going to go Champagne. I think the Rose Gold is a beautiful shade. It's just going to be too dark as a highlight for me. So thank you, Rose Gold. But you are too dark for me. Let's go Champagne. And I'm just going to take this on my high points of my cheek, and I'm going to apply it directly on here, and then I'm going to, let's make sure I don't use the Rose Gold finger. Then I'm just going to blend it out. Ooh, this blends nicely. Very easy to blend. Oh, Highlight, I've missed you so much. I've missed you, Highlight. Oh, more. I love you. Oh, Highlight. You guys. Oh, I've missed my makeup. Oh, I have missed my makeup. I'm so happy right now. Do you see how easy this blends out? Doggone. You know what I think it is? Because it's a sort of cream to powder. It's doggone. You see that? Even on my pore area that's really kind of, I was going to say angry. It's not angry. It's just not minimized right now because of my lack of skincare. It's not emphasizing any of my pores or any of my texture. Oh, I can deal with this. I like this. These right here, yeah. Thumbs up. Thumbs up right here. Foundation is just a little bit clingy. It's clinging around my sort of wrinkles of my mouth here. It's a little clingy on the dry patches above my lip. A little clingy on the patches I have dry skin over here. Overall, like the finish, like the shade, like the feel. I like that I didn't have to set it with powder because my skin's been really dry and I've been kind of avoiding setting my face lately. For eyes, I picked up the Anastasia Beverly Hills Riviera palette, and this is so pretty. You know me, I love some color. I have been, right before I moved, I used this the whole entire week before I moved. I've already primed my lids with the Urban Decay Anti-Aging Primer Potion, which is probably my second favorite eye primer after the MAC paint pots. I can't find my paint pot. My paint pot is, I hope, in one of the last couple of boxes that I haven't unpacked yet. It's giving me a little bit of anxiety that I can't find it. It's okay, I will find it. I will find it. If not, I'll buy another one. I'm going to start out with the shade Estate in a Wayne Goss 03 and use this as my transition shade, kind of above the crease. It's a pretty pale shade, but in my light skin tone it does show up as a shade on me, so I've been kind of enjoying it as not quite a crease color and like a little bit more of a diffusing color as opposed to the straight up transition color, because I will go in with a transition as well, but I think it just makes that nice sort of, you know, an extra bit of transition, an extra gentle gradient of the transition. Next, I'm going to go into Monte Carlo with a Wayne Goss number 18, and, you know, I go back and forth between using Monte Carlo and Coastline as my sort of crease transition shade. Monte Carlo is like, it comes across, at first you think, whoa, that's pink, but as you blend it out, it's this really, I don't think I have anything like it. It's almost like a melon colored pink. It is so pretty, and it is so fun. And it's it just feels like spring wonderfulness to me. Look at that. I so enjoy that color. I'm going to take the purple shade Con and use that in the outer third. I will warn you that this shade it stains my skin a little bit, so I will have a little bit of purple on my eye tomorrow morning, even after I've washed all of my makeup off, which also means I better find all my cleansers before tonight, so I can take my makeup off properly tonight. I've been using makeup wipes for the past week. It's a beautiful purple shade, and it's very true to the color you see in the pan. It's just, it does stain just a little bit. Using the same brush, just wiped it off. This is a small shader brush from Real Techniques. I'm going to go into Seaside, and this is a very soft shadow, so don't press too hard into the pan or you're going to pull up a whole lot of product. It's almost a silvery blue, more silver than blue, but it's got a beautiful kind of shift to it, and it brings a little bit of coolness into like a cool sort of, I've been really liking it on the lid because it sort of tones down a really colorful look and makes it look just a little bit more wearable. The pops of color in this palette are, you know, really a bit poppy. There's some good color pops in here, and, you know, I love me some colorful shadow, but sometimes I need to tone it down a little. So I'm just going to dip back into that purple and sort of go over the edges here. Get them blended nicely. The silver with the purple is such a beautiful blended combo as well. It's just, I think the undertone of the silver is just right for a nice purple. I really like this combination. Formula is pretty much like other ABH shadows. I do get a bit of fallout from them, but it wipes away pretty easily. I'm gonna take an It Cosmetics pencil brush, and I don't know how to say this name. Say Shelly's. I have no idea. I'm sure that's wrong. It's a beautiful aqua color, and I actually have not dipped into this one yet, but you know me, and a bright aqua under lower lash line. I'm gonna pull this down the lower lash line. Because I'm using a softer pencil brush, I'm getting a more diffused color, which is what I want. So I'm actually going to blend this out with Estate in a second. This is the Wayne Goss number 20. I'm going to take a little bit of Estate on the very edge of that brush and just run it right underneath the edge of that blue color that I cannot pronounce. I'm going to go in with Sails for a brow bone highlight. I am missing my typical brow bone brush as well. I don't know where it went. Hopefully it is in one of the last couple boxes. For liner, I'm going to go in with a turquoise pencil from Ofra. I really enjoy these. They're very soft. They're very easy to use in the waterline. They stay in place quite well for me. I'm going to go do some liner mascara. I'll be right back. Okay, I tightlined my upper lash line with my Urban Decay 24/7 waterline pencil. Mascara is, I'm going to say it, my new favorite drugstore mascara, the CoverGirl Exhibitionist. I do still love the Maybelline Total Temptation, but this past 2 weeks when I was only wearing mascara, I was wearing the Total Temptation because that's all I could find in my mess of boxes, and prior to that I'd been using this one very exclusively for a couple weeks, and now that I've put it back on again, I'm going to say it. CoverGirl Exhibitionist, new favorite drugstore mascara. Let's do some brows. I'm not going to do anything crazy. I said I wasn't doing a full face, and then look what happened. I got rainbow eyes, and lash liner, upper liner is the Physicians Formula Ultra Black. They change the name of this one all the time. It used to be called 3-in-1 Eye Booster, 2-in-1 Eye Booster. Yeah, I guess they still call it that. It's the one that I have backups upon backups. Is a total dupe for the Kat Von D Trooper, which, you know, I don't see myself buying a lot of Kat Von D in the future. I'm just going to put that out there. It makes me sad, but that's where I'm at right now. I should fill my brows in because they are a hot mess, but I'm not going to. Just gonna put them in place. I wish Benefit was cruelty-free. That's another thing. This is my favorite brow gel. I've tried them all, and when I want my brows, I need, you know, I call it the something about Mary levels of hold. I need it to hold my brows up. My brows, they're heavy and they fall down otherwise. See where I need that? There's always a bald spot that they don't fill in naturally. I need to fill them in. This brow, it was put here to drive me nuts. See that little divot in my brow? Grrr. Other thing I got when I ordered the ABH Riviera palette was the new ABH Dewey Set Spray. Okay, let me tell you a little story. This stuff is the ingredient deck, almost identical. It's very, 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 very similar. The key ingredients are the same as the MAC Fix Plus, but this is cruelty-free and similar top even, you know, that little twisty top that has the little up-down thing. Technical terms. I'm liking this stuff. I'm liking this stuff a lot. Whew. It's got a fragrance of, it reminds me of a cross between almonds and coconuts and cherries. It's probably only one of those, but that's what it makes me think of. And I feel like my brows are gonna fall. Oh, they're not. See, that's why the Benefit is so good. Why can't it be cruelty-free? I'm not completely cruelty-free. I'm heading that direction. I prefer cruelty-free over non-cruelty-free, so what am I forgetting? Lips. What should I do for my lips? Since my eyes are so colorful, I am just going to go basic. I've got the Pat McGrath Love Potion Lust Gloss. You know me and my Pat McGrath lippies. Oh, yes, yes. The jury's out on whether they're cruelty-free. I wish we knew one way or the other. I read somewhere that they are now. But none of my preferred places for checking that information have confirmed it, namely Phira. If you don't follow Phira, P-H-Y-R-R-A, go follow her. All right. This is my first day makeup in weeks. Huh, look at how glowy I am. Oh, my hair's a hot mess. Just ignore that. I'm getting it done tomorrow. And here's your finished look. I'm going to check back this evening to give you guys an update on the Avon True Color Foundation, and we'll see how well it wears over time. As for the True Color Illuminating Stick and Dazzle Drops, I enjoy them both. Definitely, yes. So yeah, hang in there. I'm gonna go move some more stuff from my apartment, get some more of my clothing here at the house, and I'll see you in a bit. Let's do one last check-in to see how the Avon True Color Foundation held up. I know this is not a formal review, but it's been about 10 hours, and I would say that it has held up pretty well. I'm getting the usual wear off around my chin, my upper lip, my nose, but nothing has been settling into lines. Nothing is really caking up, with the exception of the areas that were clinging to my dry patches to begin with. But overall, the finish stayed true to its original sort of satin color. I don't think there was too much oxidation. We may be dealing with maybe half a shade darker than we started out, but I don't think it is too bad at all, especially at the $12 price point. This does not come in very many shades. I'm forgetting the number off the top of my head. I will put it on the screen. I think it's something like 12, but overall, I'd say if I were giving this a grade, we would be in like B minus C plus territory. Fairly comfortable to wear. Did not have to set with powder. It did seem to set down well. I think the finish stayed true as a satin finish throughout the day. I wish it felt a little bit more lightweight. It wasn't uncomfortable, but I did feel like I had makeup on. My skin does not feel dry or tight, so I think it is a nice, fairly slightly hydrating even formula. I would say it's not drying at all, so if you have dry skin, no worries. Mature skin, probably okay. So I'm going to say all of these are passable. My favorite, I think, is the Dazzle Drops. Is that the name of them? How have I already forgotten this? Yes. Dazzle Drops, I think, I would say of these three things I've tried are my favorite. Second place would be the Illuminating Stick, and third place, I would say, is the foundation. So there you have it. Thanks for spending some time getting ready with me, and I am glad to be back. As always, thanks for taking some time out of your day to geek out over makeup with me. Come back every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern time for new videos, and I hope you all have an awesome day or night wherever you are in the world. Take care of each other. Bye-bye.